Surprises can be good things. Generations Scoop, today on Guerilla Reviews. Scoop is from the Target Master line of Transformers, a line of curious but highly effective and rather impressive Transformers. And due to the fact that they had little masters, i.e. Target Masters, that turned into guns. His are Caliburst, here in yellow, and Hole Punch, here in blue. We'll get a little more into those in a little bit. Now, this mold has been under speculation that it will be reused as the Constructicon Scrapper. There have also been customizers who, under commission, will create this into Scrapper for you. Personally, I'd rather wait, because I'd rather not spend $100 for something I could get for 15 or 20. Or 50 if it's under the third party. You never know. Now, one thing I will note is that due to transformation, he does kind of have a bit of a permanent gur head going on, but still, it's actually kind of funny and a little neat. Basically, he is his own driver. Getting back to the Target Masters themselves, here is Hole Punch again, here in his humanoid form, robot mode. I'm not entirely certain, but there he is. And here we have Caliburst. Now, obviously, the names come from various nicknames for guns, and they're quite impressive little figures. Limited articulation, I mean only the arms move, but so did only the G1s. Oh, in fact, well, the G1 robots. The G1 Target Masters themselves kind of just had bubkiss. Anyway, moving on to the transformation themselves into guns. We'll fold this part down for the handle. Now, no lewd comments. Fold back this backpack for the main barrels, and fold in the arms. Now, it's a little hard to argue that the effectiveness of the gun is a little bit lost on some people. I find it fine, but it looks a little bit better in one mode. I'll show that in a second. Anyway, Caliburst, same thing. Fold down the handle, fold out the barrel, and fold in the arms. Ta-da! That's quite a bit of firepower. Okay, now I'll get into an interesting point. You can, in fact, combine these two into a bigger gun. First, you have to fold out one for the lower part of it. Then this little tab here goes right into the slot near the back there. And there we go for mode 1. They are a little bit secure, so you do not have to worry too much about that. There we go. Then we will do the same here. Oh, one thing I should mention, Caliburst here does have a bit of a stress fracture. I think that's just on mine. I haven't heard any reports on that one. So, just something to keep in mind. And with the modes of the guns, it's really a matter of taste as to which one you prefer. Just a thought. Now, these two can combine onto the vehicle mode to give them a sort of weapon mode, but their effectiveness is rather negated due to the way the ports are and the transformation of Scoop himself. The best way I found is just kind of plug them onto the back like that and just kind of do that. Now, I'll grant you that he won't exactly be pointing straight, but it's a lot straighter than some of the other ones. Because, so you know, this one you can only get one of them on because he's got the longer pig. Caliburst here. Come on. Okay, yeah. Okay, so he can point forward with those guns. But the feet do get in the way. And on these ports right here, you can't get them in too tight because otherwise the wheels get in the way and they kind of move them up. Which, this way, does kind of give you more of an artillery mode. But it's a little silly. Another point I should point out right now is that these parts right here, the handles, do come off rather easily on these fellows, so you might want to keep an eye on them. Not go to any real open spaces where they can get easily lost. Okay, let's move on to transformation. First, we will come from the back here, fold these parts up for the legs. Leave that alone for a minute. Come to the scoop, fold this back. Gonna fold this inward, like so. Fold this down. Come up again, twist, unpeg the arms from the hip right there. Fold in the hips themselves. Fold back the arms. and around, like so. And we'll press that chest piece in, kind of collapse this all together until you get a cohesive backpack. Fold out the hands. Separate the legs and fold down the feet. And there we go. Scoop in robot mode. Now another important point with the scoop itself is that you definitely want to have it high up like this, otherwise it tends to create balance issues. It's a bit of an odd design flaw, but something to keep in mind if you do manage to get a hold of one. And once again, here we go with the guns. Here is Caliburst and Hole Punch, one for each hand. This was a selling point for many people because we haven't had a double target master in quite some time. Now the guns do attach a lot easier in the forearm pegs right there, like so, but why you'd want to do that, I don't entirely know. Quick look at the face here. The light piping does work quite nicely. It is a touch hindered due to this, but not as much as some of the other figures I've seen. And he doesn't have his head isn't completely translucent plastic, so which I know can be a stinging point for some people. So there you go. Alright, articulation. Head is on a ball joint, but it's a bit limited due to the construction of the head itself. It's here now. Shoulders, hinge joint, and a ball joint. Bicep swivel. Hinge joint on the elbow. In and out for the hands. Waist joint. A lot of figures will be missing that. Ball jointed hips along with a thigh swivel. Basically a double knee joint there. One's kind of up here where the normal anatomic knee would be, and the other one is down here for transformation. And due to the feet, no real ankle articulation, which I know some people don't like, but still, very nice articulation nonetheless. Alright, that wraps up this Guerilla review. I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Generation Scoop, along with Caliburst and Hole Punch, and again I remind you all, free your mind, free your toys.